Hello everyone, my name is Valentine X, and as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about the Inktober challenge today. Inktober is a yearly event where artists make ink drawings for each day of October, though after some controversy surrounding the event and its creator, which I won't be covering, many artists now make their own prompt list, add colors to their drawings, and put their own spins on it. And most artists call it something along the lines of Drawtober, Arttober, or something much more original such as Sillytober. This year, I decided to participate for the first time publicly. I've done Inktober 4 other times with no pressure to post online. But after reading the official prompt list for this year, I decided to make my own list on the day the event started. And let me tell you a small secret. Most large creators prep for the event in advance, like in July. And I wish I knew that beforehand instead of on day 3, because there's a very good reason why. Burnout. I usually don't get burnt out from my art, but by November 1st, I was over it, as much fun as it was. For my regular fully rendered drawings, it takes me about 5 to 8 hours across 1 to 3 days, which isn't too slow at all, but with the deadline 24 hours away, that gets very tricky, especially with having a full-time job, doing commissions, and having homework, which ultimately led me to cut corners and take uncreative shortcuts in my art, ones that I would normally scrap to make something more organized and aesthetic, but with the anxiousness of knowing that I had more to do, I just pushed myself to make art I didn't like and art I wasn't proud of, but it also forced me to try some new things too. Here's a drawing of my cats I made with infinite time, and here's one I made at the end of the month. It may not seem like wild improvement, and it really isn't, but I'm a character artist with very little practice drawing animals at all, and honestly, I'm very happy with how a few of these turned out. My absolute favorite was from day 7. I was excited to do this one since day 1. I even used screen tones, which I had never used before. My first week was really strong. I was full of creativity and motivation. My favorite 3 drawings from the event were from this week, and every drawing was uploaded on time. I didn't post anything I wasn't happy with. Week 2, I was starting to feel the sweat. One of my drawings was for an art trade. I just posted it so I wouldn't be late and give me some time to catch up. Week 3, lots of nice things to say. I had a few days off from work, had a few of the prompts I just combined. Just powered through the week and made this. Definitely a good one. Week 4, basically a fan art week. This Totoro drawing was really fun. Worked on it just like a day. Tried a new pen, some new techniques for the background. Style was very, very different from Ghibli, so the big guy himself was probably the hardest part of this one. Overall, midweek. Week 4.5, the last bit. This one, the last one, was for an assignment for class, not stylized at all. It was just a few days late, because at this point, I just wanted it to be over. If there were days after this, I probably would have gone completely burnt out. Overall, the experience just wasn't that fun for me. I really only want to post art I'm proud of, and really want to show people, but I compromised that value just to post for the prompts, and overall, I'm not proud of my works. I really like a handful of them, and the entire time, I was just rushing. Partway through, I hurt my wrist, and I just pushed through. I really should have taken a few days off like I normally would. My hand was in pain for longer. I also focused more on this event than my partner, my cats, my friends, and I even got snappy with my boyfriend when he wanted to show me something, just because I really wanted to get it done. I never want my work to be a negative impact on my relationships. I've left several people on red just because I cared more about a stupid deadline I set in my head than what should have been a priority. My grades have slipped because I simply put this ahead of them. Maybe it's a me issue, but the only real thing I've learned from this event is it's kind of stupid. I've never heard of any artist say anything positive about this event. I've only heard of people getting burnt out and how time-consuming it is and how much it takes away from real life. After doing this challenge, I've learned that it's like the ice bucket challenge or the cinnamon challenge. We just do it to brag that we did it. You're probably just gonna get hurt. Not to mention that there's a lot of extra anxiety. On top of that, there's been a lot of extra anxiety this year since there's an election coming up in 2 days ago after posting this. And I'm very politically involved, and I've had to miss out on a lot of really important news stories that I would have read otherwise. I have a lot of catching up to do, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself for not being more involved. been getting more commissions and I've had to set my datelines back further and further than what they normally would have been. I have 3 projects I've put on hold, and I wanted to live debut in August, but obviously I didn't do that, and I kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Yeah, I missed out on quite a few things just because of this event. I do regret doing this challenge. Honestly, if you're a smaller artist and considering doing it, I don't know, just prep for it, be ready early. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's an artist out there who say that October is their favorite month, and they look forward to this event for the whole year, and they say it helps them grow tremendously, but I really didn't. Not at all. I didn't learn very much. I wish there was more to say, but I don't know. There's just not a lot to say about something like this.